Hello, welcome to another episode on MWM TV on YouTube. Yes, it's really been a while. On today's episode, we are going to look at the WASSCE 2023 core mathematics paper. I've already done a video on the question 1, so if you have not checked it out, I'm going to leave the link to that particular video in the comment section so that you can check it out. We are going to look at the solutions to question 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is the compulsory aspect of the core mathematics paper. Later, I'll post a video on the question 6 through to question 13. If you are new to this channel, this is Math with Mikel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, put on the notification bell, and make sure to share this video to your colleagues. Now, let's get to the solution sheet. Okay, so question 2. Let's read the question together. Peggy walked 2 kilometers from a village, Vin, to visit a friend in another village, W, on a bearing of 065 degrees. After spending some time with her, she continued on a nearby town, X, 3 kilometers away on a bearing of 155 degrees. If the distance between V and X is 6 root 13 kilometers, A, we are asked to illustrate the information on a diagram, and B, we are asked to calculate to the nearest whole number the value of t and the bearing of x from V. So, the solution. Now, A, we are asked to illustrate the information on a diagram. So, it says that Peggy walked 2 kilometers from a village, V. So, let's sketch the diagram here. So, I'm going to put my V here. And walked from V to visit a village, W, on a bearing of 065. So 065 is going to be in the first quadrant here. Since the first quadrant, its angle is from 0 to 90 degrees. So to W, and the distance is 2t. Okay, now after spending some time with her, she continued on a nearby town, X, 3 kilometers away, the bearing of 155. So from W to X, the bearing is 155, and 155 is going to be in the second quadrant here. So this is 155. So let me bring it down a little bit. Okay. And this is X. The bearing is 155. And the distance is given to us as 3t kilometers. Now let's do some deduction. Now from V to W was 65. So 65 here, and we know everything is supposed to be 90, so 25 is going to be left here. Now, if we apply alternating angles, if I have 65 here, the angle inside here will also be what? 65. And from the North Pole to the X line is 155. So for the 155, if this side is 90, it means I'm going to have 65 here and 25 here, making that side also 90 degrees. Now let's join from V to X. So this is what I'm going to get. And the distance between V and X is 6 root 13. So everything here is going to be 90. And this answers the first part of the question, which says that we should illustrate the information on a diagram. So this is the A. Now, the B, we are asked to calculate the value of t. Calculate the value of t. Now, to calculate the value of t, since we are having 90 degrees here, it means that this triangle here is a right-angled triangle. So, let me sketch the right-angled triangle. So if I put my right angled triangle here, you realize that the 90 degrees is at W, so I'm going to put W here at where the 90 degrees is. Put V and X. Now the distance between V and X is 6 root 13, and V to W is 2t. So I have 2t here, and I have 3t here. So I can easily apply the Pythagoras theorem. By saying that the square of the hypotenuse, so Vx squared, should be equal to Vw squared plus Wx squared. So 6 root 13 all squared is equal to 2t squared plus the 3t squared. Now the 6 root 13 squared is going to be 468. So 468 is equal to 4t squared plus 9t squared. And I'm going to get 13t squared. My target is the t. So from here, I divide both sides of the equation by 13. And I'm going to get t squared to be equal to, now 468 divided by 13, I'm going to get 36. Take square root on both sides, and the t is going to give me 6. So that answers the question that we are asked to find the value of t. So therefore t is equal to 6. Now the other question is to find the bearing of x from V. The bearing of x from V. So BII. Now to find the bearing of x from V. So if I'm from V and I want to go to x, how many degrees do I have to turn? So if I'm from V and I want to go to x, I have to start turning from the North Pole. So if I extend this, already I know this side is 90. So I have to turn 90 plus this small angle here. So how then do I get that angle? Now, you realize that the angle here alternates to the angle here. So if I'm able to find this angle, I can add it to 90. Now before that, let me put theta here. So theta is at where x is. So if I find theta and subtract 65 from it, so this side is 25. If I find theta and subtract 65 from it, I'll be able to get this small angle here. So let's do that. So theta is at where x is. So I can apply any of the trig ratios. So I'm going to use tan by saying that tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Now the opposite here is 2t and the adjacent is 3t. And this is going to give us tan theta to be equal to, now we've already found our t to be 6. So 2 times the 6 is 12, and 6 times the 3 here is 18. And we are going to get theta to be equal to tan inverse of the 12 over 18. And we get that to be 33.690. So let's say 33.7. It's approximately 33.7. So what you are going to do next is to subtract 33.7 from 65, because everything here is 65 and that's going to give us 31.3. So this small angle here is 31.3, and that angle alternates to the angle here. So therefore we can say that the bearing of x from the V is equal to 65 plus 25, which is 90, plus the 31.3, and we are going to get 121.5. So to the nearest whole number, we are going to get theta to be equal to 122 degrees, and that answers the question 2. So question 3. In the frustum of a cone, the bottom diameter is twice the top diameter. A. If the height of the frustum is 12 centimeters, calculate the height of the whole cone. So let's get into it. Solution. So the frustum is like, let's draw it. So I'm going to have it here. So we are going to manage this as our frustum. Let me extend it to create the cone. And the question says that the bottom diameter is twice the top diameter. So we don't know the top diameter. Let me use D to represent it. So if the top diameter is D, the bottom is going to be 3D. And the height of the frustum is 12. So the height here is 12 centimeters. And already, this is going to be the height of the entire cone. So I'm using H to represent the height of the entire cone. So if H is the height of the entire cone and this side is 12, it means that this portion here is going to be H minus 12. So now that our diagram is complete, we can simply use ratio to solve this question by saying that the height of the cone, the height of the entire cone, divided by a portion of it, the H minus 12, should be equal to the entire diameter, which is 3D, divided by a portion of it, which is D. So from here, this can cancel that, and we are going to get H to be equal to 3 multiplying H minus 12. So H is equal to 3H minus 36. So group like terms, I'm going to get 36 is equal to 2H divided by 2 divided by 2, and H is equal to 2 into 36, we are going to get 18. So therefore, height is equal to 18 centimeters. And that answers the first part of the question. Now the second part is that given that the volume of the whole cone is 39,600 centimeter cube, find correct to 4 significant figures the radius. Take pi to be equal to 22/7. So this time around, we want to calculate the radius. So let's do that. Now, to calculate the radius, we know the formula for volume of a cone to be equal to, the formula for volume of a cone is giving us 1/3 times the circle and height. So let's do that. So volume of a cone, V. So we are solving the B. V is giving us 1/3 pi r squared H. So So we know pi and we know the height. So we are going to get V to be equal to 1 over 3 times 22 over 7 times the radius squared times the height, which we just found to be 18. Now the volume itself was given in the question as 39,600. So 39,600 is equal to, so we multiply this, and 22 by the 18 is going to give us 396 times the radius squared divided by 7 times the 3 is 21. So we do cross multiply, 21 multiply this figure, and we are going to get 831,600. 600 is equal to 396 r squared. So you divide by 396. Do same here. And we are going to get 2,100 is equal to r squared. So we take square root on both sides. And finally, our radius is giving us 45.825756. So we are asked to find correct to 4 significant figures. So then the radius will be approximately 45.83. And that answers the question. Okay, so question 4. In the diagram A, B, C, D, E, which is this part of the polygon, is a pentagon, and B, F, G, H, I, C is a regular hexagon. So we are asked to find angle AED. So angle AED. Now realize that angle AED is one of the interior angles of the pentagon. So the solution, I. For pentagon, we know that the number of sides is 5. So since this is an interior angle, we find the sum of interior angles and divide it by the number of sides. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Now since n is 5, we get 5 minus 2 times 180 divided by 5. That gives us 3 times 180 over 5. So 540 divided by 5. And the angle, we get the angle to be equal to 108 degrees. And that is angle AED is equal to 108. Now the II, we are asked to find angle BFG, which is this side. And BFG is one of the interior angles of the hexagon. So for hexagon, the number of sides is 6. So n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So 6 minus 2 times 180 divided by 6. And that gives us, so 4 times 180, we get 720 divided by 6, which is 120 degrees. So angle BFG is equal to 120 degrees. Now III, we are asked to find angle DCI. Now realize that DCI is an exterior angle between the pentagon and the hexagon. So what you are going to do is, if I extend this line and put, let's say, M here, then I can say that angle DCI is equal to angle DCM plus angle MCI. So DCI is equal to this part here plus the other part. making the whole of that angle. Now, we also know that the interior angle and the exterior angle of a regular polygon sum up to 180. So if I have 108 here, let me put small a and small b. Then I can say that 108 plus the small a should give me 180 degrees, and angle DCM will be equal to the a. So we are going to get 180 minus 108, which is equal to 72 degrees. And the other angle, MCI, is equal to the B. And we can say that angle MCI is equal to 180 minus the 120. And that gives us 60 degrees. So finally, we can say that angle DCI is equal to 72 plus the 60. And that is 132 degrees. And that answers the question 4. So question 5, and this is the last question for the compulsory aspect. Says that the mean age of a second year class of a school is 18 whole number 2/5. At the end of the promotion examination, 3 students aged 20, 19, and 19 were repeated. The new age of the class became, so is the new mean age of the class became 18 whole number 1/3. Calculate the number of students who were in the class before the promotion exams. So let's get into it. Solution. Now I can say that let n to be equal to number of students in class. Number of students in class before promotion. And that's what we are asked to find. Now we know that mean will be equal to sum of the ages divided by the number of students. Okay, so from here we can use S bar for the mean is equal to the summation of S divided by N. Now the mean before promotion, so everything we are doing here is before. So this is before. Now the mean was given as 18 whole number 2/5, which is 8.4. So 8.4 is equal to summation of X divided by N. From here, if we do cross multiply, we can see summation of X is equal to 8.4n. Let's say this is equation 1. So this is the sum of ages. The sum of the ages before the promotion. Now let's do after. So after the examination, so this is before examination, after the examination. Now the mean is equal to the sum of the ages. Now this time around, there was a repetition and 3 students were repeated and their ages are 20 plus 19 plus 19. So we will add these ages and subtract from the sum of the ages. And everything here is divided by n minus that 3 students. Okay. So from here, the question says that the new mean became 18 whole number 1/3, which is 55/3. Now the sum of ages, we know it here, which is the equation 1, and that is what? 8.4n. So 8.4n minus 20 plus 19 plus 19 is 58 divided by n minus 3. So from here, all what we want to do is to calculate for n. So we do cross multiply, we get n minus 3 times the 55 is equal to 8.4 n minus 58 multiplying 3. Get 55n minus 165 is equal to 8.4 times 3 is 55.2 minus 174. So I'm going to group like terms. I'm going to get negative 165 minus so plus 174 is equal to 55.2 n minus 55n. So 9 is equal to 0.2 n divided by 0.2 divided by 0.2. Now n divided by 0.2 is 45. So therefore, the number of students in the class before the promotion exams is 54. And this answers the question 5. Kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to put on the notification bell, because from question 6 to question 13 is going to be dropped soon. So put on the notification bell so that anytime I drop that video, you'll be notified on your device. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one.